Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This coming Shabbat is Shabbat HaChodesh. That means that this week we will begin to celebrate the new month of Nisan. It is also a special Haftarah and Maftir that we read this coming Shabbat. And in the Maftir, we read that God commands Moses to tell the Jewish people to celebrate this new month of Nisan as the beginning of the year. What? We might be a little bit confused, because don't we think that Rosh Hashanah, which is the first of Tishrei, which often falls in September, or the beginning of the fall, is the new year? Of course, the medieval rabbis are equally as confounded, even though Mishnah Rosh Hashanah, chapter 1, Mishnah 1, teaches us that there are 4 possible days for the beginning of the year. But by the time we get to the medieval rabbis, Rosh Hashanah, or Tishrei 1, has already been rabbinically established as the new year. So what does it mean that this must be the beginning of the year? Sforno explains that it means that this is the time that we are to celebrate the freedom to use our time wisely. The freedom to be able to do with our time what we want to do with our time. Now, according to the Torah, in the month of Nisan, that we have been freed from our slavery in Egypt. And that, of course, is also why we celebrate the holiday of Passover. To be a slave means that your time and what you do with your time belongs to someone else. To be free means that you have the right to do with your time what you want. Since we were released from slavery, we are free. But unfortunately, since October 7th, that has not been the case. Since October 7th, when hundreds were taken captive by Hamas, their time was not theirs to do with what they want. And ad hayom, until this very day, when there are more than 100 people who are being held captive by Hamas in Gaza, their time does not belong to them. And as long as one Jew is held captive, we are all held captive. As long as one Jew's time is being held captive, for us, all of our time is being held captive. And that is exactly why this year, for our second night Seder on Passover, the theme is, let our people go. Don't just let us go physically, but please let us go spiritually. Let us have the time. Let us have the freedom to be able to make this world a better place. Let this coming year be a better year. I encourage you to join us this year on the 19th of April, when we celebrate the first Shabbat with a difference and have an opportunity to eat chametz for the last time before Passover. Please join us here in this ballroom for our second night Seder a few days later, when we join together with our young families and families for the second night Seder, or join us as well for an adult Seder, again with the theme of let our people go, later in that evening. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.